got it?
Yeah.
Can I put down now?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh. Stuck. Ah.
One thing I look forward to every year, every winter, that's my winter foraging trips. Foraging for the elusive Chaga fungus that grows on the birch trees. As you can see, I'm here in the Great Caledonian Pine Forest. This area I'm in now is dominated by pine trees, but there are some other trees about. There's some aspen, and there's a birch here. There's a big old birch tree there. The leaves are gone for the winter. Of course the pine keeps its leaves. It's the birch trees I'm searching out. The chaga grows on the birch tree. Here's another old birch here. There's an old stand of dead pines here too. A lot of dead standing. Great for firewood. Been here, myself and Tanya, for the past few days. The last few nights were about temperature wise anywhere between -7 degrees Celsius down to about, there was one night was down about -10 degrees Celsius, so the nights were chilly. But today is hovering around 1 degree Celsius, maybe 2 degrees Celsius, so things have got a little bit tougher. You might think it'll be easier because it's getting warmer. No, the snow is getting wet now, and when we woke up this morning, all the pine trees were completely white because it snowed during the night. They were completely, all the tops were completely white, but as the day warmed up, all that snow began to melt, and when we're underneath the trees, it's like it's raining. Of course it's not raining, it's just all the snow is melting off the trees, dripping down on top of us. But we're okay, we're dry, we have a tarp and all set up there. We have a nice little fire going. I've collected some chaga. I'm just processing the chaga now. And I think I'll go over and I'll give you a look at our campsite. You can see what that's like. Here's some animal tracks here. I think possibly deer. A deer must have came through here last night. So our camp is over here. I'll give you a look. Here we go. So you can see the snow is turning wet. It's a beautiful area. There's the river. Little mountain river here. Lovely quiet area in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful. Let's go over here. So this is Chaga camp, February 2019. I'll lay you down here. You can see what's going on. So I have a tarp set up. All the drips are coming down off the trees, but we're dry under the tarp. We have a tent over there as well. Nice lumps of chaga. I got that a couple of days ago. I've just been processing it down. The chaga, it's a lot easier to cut when it's fresh. When the chaga dries out, it becomes as hard as rock. But we've got a good bit of it here. There's definitely a year's supply, 12 months supply of chaga here, no doubt. Possibly more. So this is what I've been doing all morning. Some beautiful, beautiful golden pieces of chaga. Real dark. Look at this. Beautiful, great stuff. Full of goodness. You got your golden brown, your saffron colours. I've been cutting this chaga down. A good strong knife. And I've been cutting it down into little cubes. It cuts fairly easy when fresh. You wouldn't be able to do this when it's dry. You're better off doing it as quick as you can. And later on I'll begin the process of trying to dry this out a little bit by the fire. They're the little cubes, plenty in there for even that one little piece there. You get a number of litres of tea out of that. I'm also going to make chaga tincture out of some of this, so I'm just breaking that down into more manageable chunks and easier to dry. Okay. I have some chaga on the fire over here brewing. So I don't boil the chaga, I just simmer the chaga. I have some in here simmering for about 2 hours. Some chaga in here simmering for about 2 hours. I have 2 little cubes in here, about that much. And there's a litre of tea here, but I can reuse and reuse. And I'll just show you. You should now be turning a rich, dark coffee colour. Oh yeah, that's the colour you want. Like a dark coffee colour. Great stuff. I'm going to have a cup of tea of that right now. So the chaga can be taken any way you want. You can just drink the tea itself, or some people like to put a bit of cream in it, a bit of cinnamon, a bit of vanilla, whatever takes your fancy. I just like to have it with a little bit of milk, and seems that we're in a wilderness setting, I'm going to use a little bit of powdered milk. So a little bit in there for Tanya, a little bit in there for me. That should be enough. It really is delicious with a bit of vanilla. Put on the glove. Chaga really is my favourite tea. It's absolutely delicious. It has a real earthy, woody flavour. And you can kind of taste the birch tree off it as well. If you've ever drank birch water in the spring, you'll know what I mean. Very good, very healthy. They say it's the highest antioxidant known to man, which is very impressive. Now, I said there was 2 lumps in there, there's actually 3. Three little lumps. 1, 2, 3. And I'll fill that back up again with a litre of water, and I'll have another litre of tea, and I'll reuse and reuse and reuse. You'd be very surprised how long that would last. And look at that. Look at the rich colour of that. You could sweeten it too if you wanted, if you fancy a bit of sugar or a bit of honey. You could even use it in your cooking. I've recently run out of chaga, so this is my first taste of chaga this year, 2019. Sláinte bio. Is croc the marv. She is the scorner. Oh. Now that's good. Well worth the effort. Tanya, would you like some chaga tea?
Yes, please.
Here you go. Do you want more milk in that? Is that okay?
Oh, it's fine.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Nice chaga tea.
Thank you. Creamy there, yeah.
That nice?
Oh, it's nice and warm.
Yeah? Want me to close you back up?
This is all mine?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, please.
Bye bye. You reading the book?
Yes, I'm reading my book there.
Okay. Tanya's in there reading her book. The problem in the winter time when it warms up is everything gets wet. It's not raining today, as I said, but this is all drips coming off the trees, all the snow melt coming off the trees. When we woke up this morning we had big lumps of snow falling down. But when it's below freezing, of course it's colder and you got to deal with that, but you dress for the weather. And everything is a lot drier. Everything seems to be a lot easier. But when the temperature ups above freezing, things become very difficult. I'll top this bottle up again. So my 3 little lumps of Chaga are in here. And here's another litre. And I'll put that back on the fire and I'll simmer that for a couple of hours and we'll get more out of it.